I believe somebody forgot to turn the heat on.
Are you supposed to see your breath inside?
I don't think so.
This house has geothermal, foam insulation.
It's still a bit chilly. So what is the temperature here today in Kentucky?
I think we're in the teens or maybe even single-digit wind chill factor.
Yeah, we're thankful that the sun is out so that we can see the sun shining through these beautiful windows here, but it is freezing here.
So in January, welcome guys to another episode of Building a Better South. We're here at our fine home building house in Norton Commons, and we're standing in the flex room.
Yes, to be decided how it's going to be furnished room.
You guys decide. When you buy
give us some ideas.
One of the things we wanted to share in the little tour today is the windows we chose. We mentioned them. We found them on our inspiration trip to New Orleans last year, and you want to show us off what
Yes, so we decided to take the windows all the way down almost to the floor here, as you can see. And the reason we did that, because as Jason mentioned, we went to New Orleans last year, and so many of the old, beautiful, historic homes there just had these windows that were almost floor to ceiling. And we were like, that is so cool, so beautiful. We are definitely doing that on a house soon. And so we thought it was perfect on this spring tour home to do it.
Yeah, and it's not easy finding an 8-foot tall window these days.
Yeah, it's really tall.
So we have to use double hung windows, part of the code here in Norton Commons, and luckily the folks over at Windsor Windows were able to make this guy for us. And I know it really helps with the scale seeing you.
Yes, because I'm about 5'8".
Yeah, normally a window on this style house, we would have a window that's probably about 5 foot tall. So that extra 3 foot of window space without a transom is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then you guys can see the grill pattern that we chose, or the mullion pattern that we chose for this window. Again, this home will have a traditional Louisville feel to it. We're going with a red brick on the exterior, the white windows, I think a very traditional pattern on the mullions, and the black shutters. So I'm excited to see these windows in.
So can you give us a taste? This is all studs and kind of ugly at this point, behind the scenes. So usually we show off the pretty stuff, but are you going to make this pretty? What are we going to have in this room or this space?
Yeah, so Jason and I kind of are deciding right now. We're talking about maybe adding some side lights just to kind of have it a little bit more interesting as you walk in the foyer, because it will be the first space that you see as you walk in this home. You'll see the beautiful staircase as you walk in, but then you'll also see this room, and it's right off the foyer. So we are trying to decide, do we style it as an office? Do we style it as a dining space? Do we style it as a wine room, or an informal kind of living, hanging out space?
A moody sitting room.
Yeah, a moody sitting room.
Well, and one of the other things that sometimes you guys don't get to see us go back and forth with when we're trying to decide how we want to finish our homes is, because we do have 4 of these beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows, we thought, normally I do some kind of trim work in here to really show off, because it's right as you come in the front door, but I don't want to take away from the windows. So we're thinking about maybe doing a ceiling treatment with some trim work on the ceiling.
Yes, and that's kind of your thing. Jason loves trim work, so I usually kind of let you do the trim work and make the decisions on that, because you do such a nice job on all the homes.
So let's
but I can have window treatments here, right?
But let's stop being so flexible and go see some of the other space. There's a set of doors I really want you guys to see, because it's really going to be one of the focal points of the living. And
yes. And on a nice day when it's not cold, I think the homeowners will really enjoy these doors.
Yeah, so let's go check it out. So we're walking through the foyer here. We're going to pass by. We got a little mud room, or a powder room.
Basement.
Go to the basement there on the right.
Yeah, and then it takes you right into this open concept kitchen area that's open to the family room area.
All right, let's open. I know let's bring some of that fresh air in, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's just a little warm in here. We might as well open the doors and let the frost in.
And I've alluded into the past a little bit about these doors and what we're trying to create on the outside of this home with a a really outdoor living space that's private and a tight lot. I know you guys have seen some of these videos. You're like, I could never live in a neighborhood where the homes are so close together. And we've lived here for several years, and trust me, you can have plenty of privacy, and we're going to show you how we're going to create that.
Yes.
So the cool thing about these doors is instead of making them all open as one, we made one of the doors to where you can come in and out on a daily basis, so you don't have to open all four. So this one just pushes open with a lever, and then these guys, you just pull the lever here. Let's see, this thing folds out.
Nice.
Got the little
Just let all that cool Arctic air right on in. It's a perfect day to do that.
So that opens you to the outside, and you see the little garage bar we've got there.
Yep, that's going to be really cool.
We've got a neat little brick archway going over this back porch. We're talking about maybe putting a screen in there. We're not sure.
Yes.
Ooh, that's cold.
It's really cold. Maybe we should close them back up.
All right, yeah, let's close those guys back in. Here, slide. This guy goes like this. So they've got these handles, which are nice, in brass.
Brass, of course. But you forgot to get this one.
Turn that guy. Lock it. Here, this guy. Let's see, this guy's going to go first.
Yeah, so you guys get a sneak peek here of some of the finishes that we'll be using. So
much better.
yeah, so we'll have some of those brass details all throughout.
Well, now that we've let all the cold air in, maybe we ought to go back to our office
I know, I'm starting to not
share
be
some
able
of
to.
the finishes that we picked out.
Yeah, my toes are turning purple and I can't feel them any longer.
All right. So
office sounds good.
We'll see you in the office in just a minute.
Yeah, see you guys soon. Glad to be back inside where it's nice and cozy and warm.
Yeah, look at that smile. We must be getting ready to talk about something you were interested in.
Yes, really excited to share some design details with you on this show house. So Jason and I recently took a trip and we went to the tile store and we worked with Robin, and here are some of our tile selections that we have picked out and we wanted to share with you guys because we're bringing you along from the basically ground up on this project. So now the fun begins, all the selections.
All in today, you saw the not pretty, now you get to see the pretty.
Yes. So we'll start with the master.
Sure.
So in the master, we are using a combination of this tile, which is a beautiful porcelain tile that looks like marble.
Yeah.
And then
Budget friendly. Look at me, right? Did
Yes.
I pick that one out?
No.
Oh.
Jason's typically not budget friendly at picking stuff out, so I'll let that be known. I'm the budget friendly one. And then we are going to do a nice, pretty, oversized porcelain tile on the floor. And you guys, I'm working on doing a pattern so that I'm going to mix in this with this, and I'll share more details about that later, kind of working out the angles and talking with our tradesmen and the tile guys and seeing what we can do. But it's going to be a combination of these two materials, and I love this because it adds a bit of warmth and texture, which is totally on trend right now, adding those textures in the home. And then this is a great piece of porcelain that looks identical to marble, so I think that's going to be perfect. We have
So you don't have to use marble every time?
You don't always have to use marble. If your budget doesn't allow it, then there are great options out there that are actually porcelain tiles that emulate marble. So we've got that big wet room
that you wanted, right?
that Jason wanted. It's got just the huge shower, walk-in shower that the bathtub sits in.
Yeah, double shower heads and
Yeah. So we've never done one of those. You've always wanted to have one. So we're going to put it in the show house. So we needed something that was going to be great on the floor. So this will be on the floor in there. The great thing is there's a lot of grout lines, so less likely to slip in there because again, you want those grout lines in the shower floor. And then on the walls, we'll be putting the oversized tile. And
that's going to make quite the statement as you walk in and see that.
Yeah, so we're going to have this beautiful tub. And with all of this coolness and cool tones, we're going to be using brass. So we'll have brass fixtures in there too. And so I'm excited to see that master space come.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited about that.
So then we'll take you guys just on that second floor. We've got that guest bathroom, and this will be kind of a fun bathroom, a guest, a kid's bathroom. So you guys know that I love using porcelain tiles and creating a pattern. So right here we've got these cute little 1-inch white squares. I found an aqua color because I love aqua, kind of an aquish blue. And so I have been playing around with a pattern. So here's one option that I came up with. Not sure if I'm gonna settle on this option or not, but I just wanted to share with you guys. I mean, you really can have fun and create some really interesting different tile designs using the simple little porcelain 1-inch
Because you're taking a
hex.
very inexpensive tile
Yes.
and giving it a designer look.
Absolutely, which is what we did at our personal house at Edgewood in
Yeah.
our laundry room. So I love creating fun new little patterns. So, you know, just order some samples in, play around, and see what you can come up with. So that'll be the guest bathroom, and then we'll use a simple subway tile around the
shower.
bathtub shower
Okay.
area. So taking you back down to our first floor, I think this one is one I'm most excited about. So we've got a powder room area, and we could continue the hardwood in that area, but we are opting to do a tile in that area. So I've got a cool vanity that I have picked out, and I'll share more about that later. And so we are doing a combination of these beautiful tiles. So I'm gonna create a pattern of two-tone blues, and then I'm gonna use this cool little brass metal piece to kind of break it up.
I was waiting for the metal brass to be entered in, so.
Yeah, so again, it just goes to show you that you can take a porcelain glazed tile and you can create a really fun pattern just by using simple tiles, but you know,
Just laying them just a little bit differently.
laying them differently. So I can't wait to see how this one turns out. I think it's going to be
I've never seen anything
really,
like that before.
yeah,
so
interesting.
very cool.
I throw a little bit of wallpaper in there too. Not too busy, but maybe a nice grass cloth. We'll see. I'm
Okay.
still finalizing all those pretty details.
Okay.
And then this here, we are having a little mudroom off of the back area of the home. And again, we could take the hardwood back through that area, but it's such a sweet little spot that I actually found this cement tile. And I think it's gonna be perfect in there. So you can kind of see the first floor, what we have going on. Here are some fabrics. Just wanted to share with you guys that I have pulled. So you can kind of see we've got a lot of neutrals, but then we've got some gray and blue tones. These are some fabric samples that I'll probably be using throughout the house. I've pulled some, ordered some, still making some decisions about furniture pieces and draperies, wallpaper and pillows, but just to give you guys an idea.
And remind folks,
of the
you guys are
direction.
going to be able to come walk through this house last 2 weeks of May and then the first week of June. This house will be open to the public. You guys can come in.
Jason will be greeting you at the door.
Gretchen will be sitting on the powder room floor checking out these cool tiles. But
Yes.
no, it's really a neat opportunity for you guys to actually come through, see some of our work and designs in person.
Yeah,
So,
and see how all this inspiration, you know, comes to life. And then I think the last space that we selected tile for was in the basement. And we actually left it up to Jimmy.
Yeah.
Who
he did well. I'm excited to see this one.
Yes, yeah. So Jimmy helped to select this for the basement bath, which we love. It looks like wood, but it's not. So it's a mix of, you've got wood and porcelain tile, and that's going to be really cool. Kind of give that masculine vibe in the basement, but not being too heavy or too dark.
Yeah, we haven't got to talk much about the basement, but we'll share more of that coming. It's really evolving into a really cool space.
Yeah, so this really just kind of gives you guys a direction of where we're going with the home. As you can tell, I think we are keeping with our traditional with a modern twist.
Yeah.
It's not too overly traditional, it's not too modern, but I think it's a great mix of both.
Yeah, and so coming up, guys, thank you for this, and hope you guys enjoyed seeing the windows and doors now that we've got a little bit of temperature in our hands. Coming up in the next few weeks, we're going to have the brick going on the outside,
Yes.
and then What about furnishings? Can we go shopping and look at some stuff?
Yes, so I'm excited. I'm actually going to be partnering with our local Our House Furniture store, and we're going to be working together to get some great furniture pieces that are going to be going inside this house. So I'm really excited about that.
That's one of my favorite spots. So,
Yeah, so
we're
that'll
gonna
be fun.
take a field trip, maybe.
Yeah, so we'll take a field trip and visit the ladies there, and we'll kind of start picking some of those key pieces for the house that are really going to be beautiful.
Awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us today and following us along. If you want to see more of Gretchen, you can check her out on Instagram under
Gretchen Black.
And then I'm Jason Black with Artisan Signature Homes, and together we're
building a better South.